separated some of mine.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lebanon Board of Park Commissioners. I'd like to call the meeting to order and let the record show that all members are present except Karen Galvin and Jessica Lawler. And if everyone has had a chance to review the minutes from the last meeting, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
I have a
Second.
motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Under old business, John, you want to update us on the splash pad?
Absolutely. All the fixtures are in, the pads are all poured. Now we're working on the front of the sidewalk going into it off the parking lot. 2 sections were poured yesterday, even though it was supposed to be raining all day. Really thrilled about that. Going to be pouring, he was going to try and pour 3 today. Didn't get it done. I think the rains came in. But I'm going to cover up the 2 tanks that we have and then fill in behind them. The pump house has doors on it. All the equipment's in. Basically, we're waiting for it to dry out a little bit. We couldn't pour the concrete in that last section because there was water in the compacted part. We need a couple dry days, which right now is impossible, I believe. But put the coating on the splash pad itself. That's that nice coating that we have, so if kids do fall, they aren't going to hit concrete. They got a little padding there. It's pretty colors. That will go on. Then we're ready to test we'll probably test the water in one of these rain days. Make sure that all everything's installed properly. The utilities came out, and want to thank David Van Wy for his hard work in getting guy wire moved. We moved a pole. Also, Jeff Greeno helped us out, and the utility guys with moving some poles down there at Southside. I want to thank him for that. Now we can redirect our drive going back to the back of the park there for the well houses. But they got right on it, which we changed it up last minute, and greatly appreciate it. But we're still looking to be ready to go. We'll do a couple water tests and get those approved through the state and be ready to go by the end of the month.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
I do want to thank that Ron Seacrest down there too. Lori, you've been in several meetings with him.
Ron has been
That is
very
one of the
good.
best superintendents I've ever worked with in my life. The guy moves and moves and moves, and he was trying to get it all done by May 1st, which he's pretty stinking close to it, and can't thank him enough. Nice company, but an employee like that just is awesome.
It makes
to have.
all the difference.
It does.
He is on top of it.
And he's
kept
building it like
moving.
it's in his own backyard. He
Yeah.
can't wait to bring his grandkids here. That's
Good.
really good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, from
He is-
down south, so.
He has been great for this project. He's kept it moving when you didn't think there was a possibility of it to make it. And
Kevin Krulik too. Kevin's worked very hard on this, and
That's,
another person to thank, Kevin, all his hard work. A lot of changes, a lot of quick decisions have to be made, and Kevin's been very responsive to everything, and looking out for our costs too, where we have to bicker a little bit over costs. We're bickering over something right now, and Kevin's right there and representing the city well. Got to say that.
okay. If there's no other questions or comments, the update on the dog park.
Dog park, the fence posts were put up today. They got back out. They were supposed to be out last week. Obviously, some communication issues there. We have our box for the electrical put in. All the lines have been run. We put some drainage in last month. There again, it's looking good for the end of the month also. Security Pro, our security system, we got our key fobs today for the dog park. We'll be having apps. We'll be rolling that out probably mid-month. I don't want to put anything out there and have a bunch of people in until we test it a little bit. But hopefully the fencing will go up tomorrow or the next day. There again, everything's weather dependent. We have it all seeded and strawed. The big thing though is getting the electrical in. We have the lamp post or the lighting. We have 2 lights at the end of the drive there by the dog park. Those cylinders were poured yesterday along with the pad. Everything's installed, though, electric. He's just got to hook up some wiring now and get Security Pro back in. Again, some hard work there done by everybody. The Parks Department did some drainage, never done that before, and did a real nice job. Also, yesterday, we put out a bid for the drive, going with over 20, anyway, putting in a drive from Noble Street all the way back to the dog park. That was kind of a quick fix when we were doing work over there, or actually putting in the parking area back there, capping that contaminated spot back there. So anyway, that went out for bid yesterday or today for the driveway. So we'll get bids in on that soon, and that'll be nice to have.
Are we bidding it for asphalt, or are we bidding it for rock?
Building it, putting different contingencies in there. One of them is for asphalt, but it's also taking the old asphalt, because a lot of that was grindings from the roads and stone, taking that, removing it all, hauling it off, and then another bid for, there's several contingencies, another one for just moving that around, leveling it out, making a nice base for the asphalt, and we'll see what we come back with. I'm not saying we'll go the cheapest way, but whatever's good, because that will be there forever, so I'm sure we'll do it right. There again, taking Kevin Krulick's lead on that. Again, he's helped us out with this project on putting the bids out, and it's very grateful for his help.
So what's the current expected completion?
Again, well, we should be done very soon with that. I'd say in the next week or so, depending on weather, and rolling that out again at the end of the month. May, hope to publicize something about mid-May, and that way we can start selling the apps on the phone. It's really neat where you walk up and you can get into it'll say about to enter the dog park, and punch in your code and you'll get in there, or a key fob. And the signage is in, we'll be installing it, but lights will be going up, we're real close, and the Security Pro's putting some cameras out there also. And those have been taken care of through the lit money through the police department. Brad Bailey's helped us out with the security on that, along with the splash pad, the security cameras there, extra security.
Do we have specific hours established yet for the dog park?
We really don't. We've kind of come up with something, and I'll run it by you guys, probably via email to make sure that everybody's on board, but we were thinking somewhere in the 8, we want them there dawn to dusk, nothing after dark. So I closing down at 8 o'clock or something like that. We don't want anybody there after dark. That will be the big one.
Okay. Now, if you want to give us an update on the maintenance barns and the restrooms?
Yes, that Gary Ladd came back out, and we sat down again. Kevin Krulick was involved, and we kind of tore apart different contingencies, bidding it out a little differently, rather than putting a whole package together, breaking down the addition to the maintenance barn, breaking down the restroom, trying to take some things out that might have been a little over the top. Not that I think so, but the heating, but we're going back with the same heating, because you can't, just different things that we're trying to remove or at least isolate. Also the maintenance barn paving, drainage issues that we have to address. So all these will be different contingencies. That bid went out also. I think there were a list of 12 contractors that we put a bid out, or we let them know that they could bid on it. I think we also extended the length of the work, because a lot of these construction guys are coming back saying, look, I'm booked all the way through the fall. If you can give me till April, might want to give us till April to complete the job. If you do that, we'll jump in. So we're hoping that by putting a bigger length on it, that they might be able to have more bids and be more competitive. But we're putting a bunch of different contingencies in there and separating it out so we can get different pricing. Even the demo of the building, we're putting it out there, but maybe the parks will take care of the demo of the building and save some costs there. So we should have something. I don't know what the close date on it is, but probably 30 days. We'll be coming to the park board and discussing what these prices are and letting you guys decide on that.
Okay. Any questions on the barns and the restroom update? Okay, is there any new business to come before the board? We did have an agenda item, but that person
Yeah.
was unable to be here.
She was unable to come today.
Okay, so hearing none, go on to the director's report.
I tell you, we're just dodging rain is all we're doing right now.
Well, I could imagine.
No, it's John and I were just discussing, we're out in the rain. You have to work, it's just part of part of the spring business. But, yeah, before you, all the things that we've been doing, I'll just touch on a few. At Memorial Park, the memorial shelter has gone very well. All the sidewalks in, I don't know if you've had a chance to drive by. There again, we have quite a bit of groundwork to do to make it look pretty around the outside, but for the majority of the work has been completed. We have electrical to do. Unfortunately, the guy came out to try and cut in the electric, and it's just not only too wet and muddy, but he also ran into several stumps and things that he wasn't expecting. So we're going to have to bore it, which is a little more cost. We'll bore underneath the ground and have a little bit of better control with it. We'll be removing a couple of poles and burying all the overhead wires, which is really important. The stone, I just talked to Alan Milburn this evening, and there's a stone that's going right in the middle of the sidewalk roundabout that you saw right in the middle. That won't be until June, plus they haven't even started on the, I think he came before you and showed you the front that they're going to put on it. It won't be completed either, so we'll probably fill that in with mulch until time for them to come in. We did have a bunch of school kids come in today, Lebanon School Corporation, not sure who they were, but we weren't prepared for them. They said, where are the picnic tables? Well, the picnic tables weren't put in there, and they made it all right, but they do need to reserve those shelters in the future. Anyway, that's gone very well. Project's gone good. They did very nice work, replaced several of the slabs inside the memorial shelter. Let me think what else. The cupola will be coming in soon. It's already completed. It's being stored, I think, at Alan Milburn's house so it doesn't get torn up. It'll be going up. There again, we have that shelter rented next weekend. So all the utilities, all the electric, the war memorial lights have been shut off, and the bathroom has been shut down because no electric to it, because we are rerouting all the electric and burying those wires. We will have it open hopefully by this weekend, all the electric, because we have 3 events going on Saturday. So all those electric will be going. Other than that, mowing around rain, we've had several ball games. Luckily, we've got to get those ball games in. Just trying to stay ahead of the mowing a little bit. We're leaving some grass here and there, but the guys are doing a very nice job. I'm getting a lot of compliments on how good the grounds look. Other than that, working at the Conservation Club too, in back behind there, we've taken out a bunch of invasive species. Just started finding mushrooms today, by the way. I don't know if anybody mushroom homes. I'm not supposed to tell anybody that.
I was gonna say, don't
Yeah.
broadcast that.
But no, that's yeah. There's found quite a few in Memorial Park. The guys were upset because they mowed over 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there you go. Boy, I ran them over before I saw them, and that's a big deal. I'm not a mushroom fan, but everybody in my family is. Anyway, yeah, really have done a nice job. Todd's taken that project on himself, and you can see with the claims that we've rented a little bit of equipment to speed us up, and we got a big dent in it, and hopefully we can just little by little hit that. But we've obviously changed gears, working on the pool. We've got all the pool at Memorial Park. We've got the getting ready to test it. All the painting's been done. Worked on some water damage or cold weather damage to the pipes, some plumbing. We've replumbed it. There again, it'll be ready to go. We'll start putting water in it within 2 weeks here. So, and getting the tests off. Yeah, it's hard to believe it's here. It is here.
I know, it just, with
Yeah,
the
we
way
have
the
we have
weather's
2 and 3
been.
events from here on out, and
Yeah.
our pool rentals, if you haven't got it reserved, I think there's 1 date left.
That's
Yeah,
great, that's good.
hard to believe,
Good
yes.
stuff. That's great.
There again, we have a new park logo kind of for the splash pad that we're kind of threw out there. John Mount helped us with that. All the lifeguards will be wearing T-shirts with the little the Seashore Water Park. Just a little design change. We can probably promote it a little bit now. Other than that, just ball games, soccer's going well out at Reese Park. We've done some work out there to help them out. Some, holes that we had to fill in, took out a tree. Hated to, it was the only tree left there other than the one that was put in memory of Mrs. Day from her friends, all Patty's friends. So we have that tree, but yeah, moving right along. That's just completely crazy busy. The events that we have going on coming up, just to say the Easter egg hunt went very well, very soggy. The Easter bunny got very wet, but we had to move it from the cabin over where there was a little bit of dry ground. But the kids had fun and the candy was gone, 10 seconds, it was gone. John was there helping us not get people shot with that sign that was falling down.
Yeah.
We did a Easter egg sign and John was there. But yeah, it went very well. The daddy-daughter dance was overwhelming. I think 450. It is. It's growing so huge. I want to thank the DJ there. Purity Wholesales helped us out also, and Jack Carroll brought in a nice check for the Easter egg hunt and a bunch of candy. So all these kids were getting big candy bars and all kinds of sugary stuff. But they've been so good with us on our events at Purity, and I just want to thank them. Now, getting back to the daddy-daughter dance, Taylor Moss was the belle. And then the Beast was Cole Henry, and I want to thank them. They did a great job, did a nice dance in front of everybody. We had some face painters, want to thank them. Don't know that we'll do that next year. There was quite a line for that, and I heard that was a little problem, but we'll look at that next year. DJ did a nice job. A lot of happy girls running around, but it was very nice. As I said, we got all kinds of events going on. Let me see where I can find it here.
Last page.
Back page, there we go. Yeah, and there again, the office staff, I don't think they've left on time one day, in the last month. It's just incredibly busy. You thought the pool was open. In fact, we had so many people come in today because now they're signing up for swim lessons. And I swear we had 5 people in today, and it's the first day that we're taking reservations for swim lessons. And those will fill up quick too. So if you'd like swim lessons in June and July, come in and sign up now.
John, what's the timeline on classes like we did?
We did not do that this year, but passes are being sold. We've sold quite a few passes already for Seashore Water Park. We were giving them a 10% discount in the past, but I didn't discuss it with you, and people were coming in, so I went ahead and went with a full price is what we did. And it didn't deter anybody. They like that, but there again, that was my fault. I didn't get it out early enough. They start coming in, and I said, no, I can't do it without park board approval, and I thought, we tried it. We didn't have that big a response, and these people are going to buy their tickets anyway. And it's cheap. Our pool is cheap. $5 to get in. It's the cheapest thing around. You go to other parks. And we've had quite a few different communities around coming in and checking us out and seeing why we're so successful. Frankfurt's looking into a pool, is the closest one. I think Brownsburg. I've heard Whitestown and Zionsville, but I don't know about that. I don't know about Zionsville. Whitestown has. I think it's the greatest thing that we've had going. April programs, as I said, now going into May programs, we have this Saturday, free fitness in the park on Saturday. Depending, we're going to try and do it down at the bandstand early in the morning. If that doesn't work, we can go up to the pool area and do that. We're teaming up with the YMCA on that. Mother's Day cupcakes and painting on Sunday. That's also a nice event. I think there's 15 to 17 signed up for it. Mel Canyon race is the 17th and 19th. Also May 19th, the first softball game. And that's just a few of them. There's quite a few other programs. About 2 programs, it seems, or 2 events going on at the park from here on out.
Is the softball game the 19th? Is that like after the Mel Canyon race, or is that?
This softball over at Abner Longley.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. We will be doing training during that. We have to get these kids trained, all our college kids. I want to, wish them best of luck at their finals this week, and they'll be getting out of school, or the next couple, but a lot of them are taking their finals now. Looking forward to putting them to work next week, I hope. Hope they're ready to work. But yeah, June is just unbelievably busy with 2 events going on about every day, and then, of course, you have the 4th of July. But, yeah, we're staffed up, ready to go, and again, everybody's just extremely busy, which is good at this time of year. That's what we expect, and the weather is what the weather is. It's held us up on Splash Pad and the dog park a little bit, but it is what it is. I think we'll be very happy to open these, and getting a lot of people already coming in wanting to buy the dog park passes, and unfortunately, we don't have them ready yet. So as soon as we get that going, but the security pros will have cameras. Our security cameras did a nice job on identifying, we did have a smash and grab. That's somebody came, busted a window, grabbed a purse out of a back seat. Within 50 feet of the playground, which had 100 people out there. Please do not leave your purses out, anything. Put them under your seat, put them in your trunk. Don't bring them, keep them with you. These are out-of-town people. We got an ID, we have great security system. Unfortunately, I think they found that it was a rental vehicle that was leased by somebody that was off the street that they paid to go in and lease the vehicle. Real frustrating, but it's happened all around. Our park was very fortunate last year to not have it. I think that police car that's being parked out there that everybody knows is parked out there, but the people from out of town don't know it. So I think that does deter them a little bit.
They do now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess they're out of town, they aren't listening. Anyway. I think it helps out. Well, and there are more police that are patrolling now. They're on bikes. They have motorized bikes that they're out. They've been out on the trail. I've heard from several people on the trail that they see our police officers going up and down that. I think they try to patrol at least 2 or 3 times a week.
During the ball games,
Yeah.
they're very visible.
Yeah, they are. And that's going to be great. That's also helping us out tremendously. Other than that, we're on track to have another good season. We're excited about it.
That sounds great. I know the weather has affected everything.
It has.
And
Makes you gloomy.
And so everybody's rather ready for warm weather. We should have never mentioned that we were going to open the pool on Memorial Day. Because
It's here.
I know. Okay. So, okay. Does anybody have any questions or comments for the board? Okay, I am going to say one thing. I do have a couple people working on layouts and pricing for security lighting at the park that we're to take back to the council in June. Not that it'll be set in stone, but we have to have some idea of what kind of pricing we're looking for. So there is a company doing that also, and I was going to get with Kevin. I haven't had a chance. And then the Lebanon Utilities is also coming up with a design, so.
Yeah, David Van Wy was out there
Yes.
again today, and
Oh.
he's been such a big help. He's stepped up.
Because he
really has.
asked me about it this morning, and I said, well, I didn't want to tell you. No, he said that Ed had talked to him and that he was working on it, and asked timeframe when we're looking. I said, I don't know that we'll get it done this year, but we're looking to get a price out there so we can request money, because this was a request from the council for that.
Oh, and I should say also, Brian Benton has had, a presentation. It's on his Facebook page. He also spoke to the Lions Club. I think he was a little nervous, but I'm sure he did well. But we're going to get that group together and kind of iron out some more details. He hasn't had any volunteers, and he's really a little discouraged. I could see a little disappointment there. Nobody's wanting to step up, and it is timing, I think. I think it's April, May, and everybody's, but hopefully that'll change. Brian's working hard, though, still. We meet at least once every couple of weeks, it seems like, so did want to thank him for his hard work.
Well, we don't want him to get discouraged, and even if we can add a scene this year from his efforts, that's one more scene we wouldn't have had if he
Right.
had not done that. So he doesn't need to be so discouraged because, it was pretty ambitious, the amount of money he wanted to raise the first year. And I think you have to start, and so tell him that we're still backing him, and if we can get anything done, this year, that's more than what we had.
Right.
Possibly adding a scene will be for people.
That's
to
what I'm
be
thinking.
involved.
Once
Yeah,
you
and
get things rolling, then they see well, maybe I should help with this, and
He said the Lions Club was very receptive, and
I'm sure they were.
And he said they're going to kick it around and see exactly what they want. And I think it's great. And it'll be nice to have John and Jessica both stepped up to help out
Right.
with that.
And we
Get
appreciate
together
that.
and put some rules and regulation down, and that'll be good.
Yeah, and we appreciate all of his efforts because it frees up, time that maybe we don't have or you don't have or your staff, I know your staff doesn't have any extra time, so. But, I know we say it, we don't say it enough though, thanks to you and all your staff.
They're good.
I mean, the park looks beautiful and how you've done it with the weather. I didn't know if Ron down for Abner Longley had been pushing you along.
Yeah, I tell you.
He
he's
doesn't
good.
care about weather. If he has work to be done, it's
He
going to get
does.
done.
I think the crew didn't show up one day for putting stone down, and he had his laborer jumping a skid steer and was putting stone
They
down.
did
He
it
said, I'm
themselves."
pouring at 3. It's like, oh my God, he's
Yeah.
going. I can't say enough about
No.
how conscientious he is.
He is very much so. Okay, John, I was giving you time to get.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you
Yep,
good?
yep.
Okay, if there's nothing else to come before the board, if everyone's had a chance to look at the claims, I'd entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Now, if there's nothing else to come before the board, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Thank you for joining us this evening.